Yeah, all right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Mashiach Bahashem HaKakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom taught us this truth. Shalom to the brothers and the very few sisters seeking and pushing Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Mashiach Bahashem HaKakodash in truth and sincerity. Right, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, right, does always mean Lord willing. The lesson be edifying, correct, and direct to feed the lands of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Mashiach Bahashem HaKakodash. All right, I'm the brother Adanya from the GMS Chicago branch. All right, and I'm going to start with this Luke. All right, chapter 18 and verse 7. It says, "And shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?" You know, and he is going to find faith with his elect, man, you know. All right, he is going to find faith in his elect. They're going to be, doing what's required. All right, what's written within the scriptures. All right, let me see. Faith, Christ, Revelation. I think it's Revelation 13 for real, maybe 14. All right, come on. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. Okay. I'm gonna start at 9, go down, because Yahweh Shemel all right, his second return is imminent. All right, we're counting down the days. He's getting closer and closer, man. It's all right to when you're gonna see Yahweh Shah crack the skies and judge the earth, man. All right, so with that being said, the Luke 18 said, "All right, where the Lord find faith in the earth." Yeah, he gonna find faith in his elect because they're gonna be showing their faith by their works, man. All right. So Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." All right, so that RFID microchip, anybody receiving that, if you're deceived by your leaders, if you're deceived by the world, and you're going to take that RFID microchip, man, you're going to die. All right, how about you, man? Is going to burn you with fire, man. All right, nuclear missile fire, man. All right, verse 11. So don't take the RFID microchip. Don't listen to nobody telling you to. Don't get deceived by the world to tell you that it's okay, because it's not. Yahweh Shema Shai can kill everyone who had that RFID microchip in them. All right, verse 12, it said, verse 11, it says, "And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name." All right. It says, "Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai." Okay. So, it's patience. All right. And apostles going to that word all the time. Our elders going to the word all the time. It's about suffering. All right, so patiently. So we're suffering in this current world, all right, while trying to keep the commandments of Yahweh Shai, the statutes, the laws, the commandments to the best of our ability, and the faith in Yahweh Shai, going out there to the highways, the byways, all right, living sincerely, honestly in your day-to-day. That's what the elect are going to be doing, all right? So Yahweh Shai say, shall he find faith on the earth? He going to find faith by the works, man, all right, and his elect, and that's it. They're going to be, all right, repenting, still repenting, all right, to become a better version of themselves for Yahweh Shema Shai when they get to present themselves to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. On the book of James, chapter 2, in verse 17, it says, "Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone. Yea, a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I has works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works." All right, so Yahweh Shema Shai, the elect, all right, they walking differently. They're being holy. They're being separated from the world, man, with how they walk their day-to-day lives, all right, what they do, all right, on a day-to-day basis, all right, going out there to the highways and byways, all right, Jay go out on Saturdays, Jay go out during the week, so finding faith on the earth, you can't just say, "Oh, I have faith." I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 19 says, thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. But without no vain man, that faith without works is dead. So you can't just say, oh, I believe in God and this and that. And no. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he requires a sacrifice, man. We are those living sacrifices, man. We putting our lives on the shelf. What life in this place? What life do you desire in this place, man? All right, so you hide it with Yahushua and the faith. All right, how do you know you got faith? You continuing to work for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, even though we, waiting patiently, all right, until he come. And we're fed up with this place, man. But like the Luke said, he said he gonna avenge them speedily. All right, we fed up with this place. Every video that goes out is a cry to Yahweh Shem Yahushua to come and deliver us, man. All right. But with everything going on, these things are not tarrying anymore. Your rebellion is irrelevant. All right, there is no more tarrying. All right, we at the cusp of real life hell being let out. Real life hell being all out hell being broken loose, man. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So understanding that these prophecies are on the way, Yahushua is on his return, we see everything lining up. All right, lean even more into what? Showing our faith by our works, man. Even more so, man. All right, this the last hurrah, and this is everything that you've been waiting for, man. Everything that we've been waiting for since we heard this truth, especially on this side, man. So with that being said, this last push, that I'm not saying but give it all. We got to give it all we got until this place has fallen, man. And the only way Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna count that is if you're showing your faith by your works, man. All right, Luke chapter 19 verse 12. He said, therefore a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. All right, and as you go more into the parable, it's talking about, exchanging that talent that the Lord gave us, man. And you do that by your videos, your epistles, class, etc. All right, exchanging talents with the hopeful elect, those that have been gathered by the word, man. All right, but if you not doing nothing, you just thinking, you deceiving yourself, thinking, oh, you know the truth, and you could just sit at home and be inactive and not, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're not dealing with them. We gotta occupy, we gotta be busy, we gotta put those to the Yahweh said put it to the exchanges, man. All right, I'm gonna get this. Okay. The book of Luke chapter 21 and verse 31. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of Yahweh is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware. All right, get you to drop your plow, get you to stop working for the Lord, think you to get you to not think that it's urgent and not be hasty with not make haste. All right, we want to get out of here yesterday, man. So every single day we need to be living like Yahweh Shem Yahushua could come that day, man. And we don't want to be caught with our pants down unaware, man. Verse 35, it says, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. All right, so, hey, we just got to work. All right, we got to work and showing our faith to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which we know through our example given by our elders, apostles, elder brothers, teachers. All right, so we just got to occupy till Yahweh Shem Yahushua come. Be occupied in the right things and righteous things, man. Anything else, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not giving your best effort to get your seat on that chariot, man. So Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, write this out. The lesson was edifying, correct, and direct. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Mashiach, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom taught us this truth. Shalom to the brothers and the very few sisters seeking and pushing. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Mashiach, Ba'ashem Kakarash, in truth and in sincerity.